Today is the first day of 2081, Vikram Samvat. On the banks of a river Shipra, various believers blew air in the shell for loud noise and welcoming the new year, which was earlier celebrated when I won against cruel Saka's kings about 2081 years ago. I was 26 years old at that time. While returning from a forest, I received a dream that a woman named Saraswati had been kidnapped by cruel supporters of Sakas and their kings, and you have to destroy the empire and reach Ujjain as early as possible. Then I hastily completed my journey, and after rescuing goddess, I reached the border of Ujjain where I was welcomed by thousands and millions of followers and who ignited different kinds of burning wicks, due to which that day is still being celebrated throughout the world. Otherwise, I was just a normal human being but gained immense powers through prayers and faith. Many stories told me that King Vikramaditya used to sacrifice his own head about 11 times, and on the 12th night, goddess appeared in front of him and blessed the king and the queen. So, looking into my eyes, you can judge through converse or many lie detection forensic experts throughout the world, and that I was doubtful about my reincarnations, and when a mutual supportive triangulation was formed by Mother Goddess, and I started learning driving or riding at extremely high speed because I was assured that Goddess will not provide me enough time to reach the stipulated place where she will meet me on a hilltop during present reincarnations. And that process was continued, and it was the only signal which I was getting from her earlier when I resisted Vikram Samvat calendar in front of my earthly mother. I become very suspicious that why I am intentionally against these lunar days and why I am supporting AD calendar. I am not sure about that, and why my earthly relatives or mother were so much conscious about that calendar. Even when she had told me during early days of my life when I was a small child that a dream was already there which informed her about my descent. But when all these signals managed me or facilitated me to reach that position on the hilltop, even then I was not assured about my king's life. But my saint provided me enough information which coincided with all my assumptions, and various visiting of different kind of temples reassured me only. Some horrific videos were also posted. Some of them are really exaggerated because Ultimately, I am for the namesake only. The real control of the empire lies in hands of my real only mother goddess Parvati and her consort Shiv, who lives 21 light years away from Earth 1. And I was just a believer, and there are thousands of other kings existing on this Earth 1 who took reincarnations and rebirths. Also, it is a different matter because that they don't receive equivalent lavish lifestyle, or they don't get reincarnations in their own genetic tree, or they don't get good life or healthy body. It is a different matter because they used to perform immense number of sins. Even then, comparing with those reincarnation, my life is so much degraded comparing to that. It means there were several blunders. If you assume in that way, there might be blunders, but if you will suppose that in present life it is not possible of dictatorship like kings of those times, and that was heralded. Even if I had control of all judgment on my own self, it doesn't matter a lot because it is possible that I might have placed many innocent behind the exile also. It is not like that I was a perfect human being or a god only. I was a normal king, and people had provided me faith and trust through genetic talents, skills of artillery, sword, horse riding. There might be other different kind of examinations which were held in the Gurukul of those times. So even if my saint keep on narrating me with king and so much respect, even when he is about 5 years older than me, and provides so much respect by narrating me as king or G from several years, at least about 17 or 18 years, I'm still a humble person. I don't believe that I was any kind of reincarnations or any kind of power might be existing. Even then, people hate me, and if I would have really treated myself as king, then I can't imagine to live in the social life of present era. So most of the people in this world have become non-believers. Only saints are the ones who keep on providing so much respect. Saints don't follow any scientific rules. If I will say any poor saint that I was the king, he will not resist because ultimately he will demand anything from me to pray for me only. Why will he resist? Most of the saints and religious preachers are so much poor. Only few selected ones by the people through mass hysteria are gaining popularity, and those two are inclined towards different kinds of groups or powerful crime related superstitious mass hysteria. So everyone is exploiting religion in that way. No one is following real astrological know-how. They are just providing fake information to poor and innocent people. And most of the festivals are also being celebrated in multiple days. Many religious preachers are trying to superimpose them with other powerful competitor religions so that they will keep on fighting amongst themselves. Otherwise, all the festivals were properly arranged throughout the year according to the lunar and solar cycle of Earth. So there is a difference of 57 years between those calendars, and obviously king was really there about 2081 years ago at an age of 26 years. he might have died by 80 or 81 years. And if Jesus was really any son of God who was born on 0000 AD, then he would not have witnessed his appearance. While it is possible that ancestors or siblings of King Vikramaditya had witnessed that Christ era, but they should have mentioned anything in all the Singhasan Pattisi and Betal Pachisi if king was so much powerful during those times that he had taken control of places like Afghanistan, Taliban, Turkey and other Eastern or Arabic countries, then it is possible that those ancestors should have gained that much power. But there is not a single mention of that Christ. Even then, our own people are becoming non-believers and following that calendar because it is more authenticated scientifically and it needs lesser IQ to distinguish and follow the pattern of eclipse and other meteors. And most importantly, many scientists have also taken that as granted in theory of relativity and mechanics and every where hour has been divided into 60 minutes and minutes into 60 seconds only. Most of the time it is easy to multiply those numbers than to follow the difficult stringent methods of Panchang. So Shalpatri, Brahmcharini, Katyani, Kostmanda, Chandraghanta will be remembered for remaining 8 days of Navratra, and then the birthday of Lord Ram will be celebrated on 17th of this month or 9th of 1st Chaitra. Vikram Samvat 2081 will also be celebrated similar to all festivals, and even then the real life king will be ignored and isolated on this earth. But I don't care at all because I am satisfied with the interactions and godly gains of present reincarnations. Why will I try to become so hurtful and discouraged? So all these calendars are mentioned in different astrological websites, and different kind of words are used for these calendars like Bhadrapada, Chaitra month. In reality, they try to superimpose the AD calendar with Vikram Samvat only. There is no definite guidelines or there is no standard of my followers. Most of them they are not egoistic at all, due to which they accept multiple calendars. Even if anyone manufacture any astrological clock, no one will buy that expensive one which will cost about 100 times more than a normal clock. and it will be so much difficult to understand that people start hating me and ignoring me, thinking that I was the one who had placed them in that much superstitious life, due to which even the present era is filled with immense number of people providing fake information or superstitious rituals to them, due to which they are not able to pass their daily, because the number of entertainment methods are increasing day by day. Why will they respect those times where festivals were organized as a kind of normal get together, and there are several trade fairs and other new year parties throughout the world? Why will they respect that year as more relevant? After all, they are happy with the technology they have got. Why will they visit cultural places of interest? And moreover, if they will visit those temples, they are bound to meet only introvert and less comedian people who are so much restricted to their family lives and so much busy in earning for keeping the ends meet for own family, and then they are so much engaged in charity work also.